this morning, we had some pretty big news from the high school ranks.
We sure did.
On TexasFootball.com, we've got the story that Austin Westlake coach Todd Dodge is retiring after the 2021 season.
Yes.
He's going to retire. He is, of course, he's entering now his 23rd season as a Texas high school football head coach. He is the 69th winningest coach in UIL 11-man history.
Nice.
He's got 6 titles to his name, including the
Back-to-back.
2019 and 2020, plus that three-peat that he had with Carroll, and I think it was 4 and 5 years or 4 and 6 years
Yes.
there at Carroll. He's also, of course, he was a record-setting quarterback at Port Arthur Jefferson. He was a great quarterback at Texas, etc. He was also, I should probably mention, he's also the former North Texas coach. I know he probably doesn't want me to mention that. It did not go great, but he did have a swim through North Texas as their head coach. Okay, let's step back a moment, and I'll tell you a little story. That this is not surprising.
No.
For us. And this was the kind of thing we started hearing back in 2019, to be honest. And we started hearing rumblings and rumors that that Todd Dodge might be retiring.
Right.
And so much so that I believe going into that title game against Geyer in 2019, there was a thought that we had shared with multiple media brethren and good sources that said, you know what, if they win, he might just ride off into the sunset. He might just go out on top and say, guys, we did it. And I'm a state champion, and I can finish on a high.
And then Cade Klubnik came
So
around.
maybe it might be him. It might be that. I'm also just a believer that coaches have that itch, and it can only be scratched one way.
Right.
And they don't know how to do it any other way. But this is something that's been on our radar since then. So much so that I believe Thomas Jones, our friend Thomas Jones at the Westlake Picayune, asked him straight up after the game in 2019, are you retiring? And he said, no, I'm going to come back for 2020.
Yeah.
Because I remember him tweeting it out, and I remember thinking, like, if I didn't have the context of the kind of rumblings, that would have been very strange. It's like, of course he's coming back. Why wouldn't he?
Yeah.
We also thought that last year could have been the last year as well.
Yes.
But basically, over the course of the offseason, we've consistently heard this drumbeat that this was coming, that Todd Dodge, that 2021 was going to be the final year for Todd Dodge. And now it's come down. He announced he had a small press gathering there at Westlake, and he announced that he is going to retire after the 2021 season. It'll be his 23rd season there, and, of course, his record speaks for itself. Now, there is going to be talk about, okay, well, who's next? I want to be clear that I don't know.
We do not have any inside information.
No.
But reading the tea leaves.
Reading the tea leaves and sources that I've talked to have said that there is one very clear favorite for the job, and it is defensive coordinator Tony Salazar, who's been the longtime defensive coordinator there at Westlake. And reading the tea leaves, I'm glad you brought that up, Pickle, because a lot of things make sense if you think about it in that phrase. Tony Salazar is on the extremely short list of the most respected defensive minds in Texas high school football.
Yes.
Extremely short list.
No one is going to refute that statement. Right. Any normal fan will not refute that.
And I know for a fact that his phone has rang and that he has gotten offers from good jobs.
To be the head coach.
To be the head coach. Good jobs. I know that for a fact. And there's a reason. I think a lot of things click into place if you start thinking about, well, why would he stick around be a defensive coordinator when he could go be a head coach at a good job, by the way, not like some rebuild, like a good job, a contender. Like, why would he stay there? And a lot of it makes sense.
Like a ready-to-move-into house.
Right. A lot of it makes sense if you understand the idea that he is considered to be the heavy front runner to be the new head coach. That is part speculation, admittedly, and I want to be clear about that. But I do think that there are enough tea leaves and enough sources that I've talked to that say that Tony Salazar is the favorite, let's say, to be the new head coach at Westlake.
And I think that it was very easy to see that once it was announced on social media. Every single person, whether we're talking about journalists, whether we're talking about normal fans, there was a group consensus of our opinion does not matter at all. But Westlake, you might be a little dumb if you look this guy over. It
seems like you've got an obvious choice there.
Right.
A lot of things make a lot of sense about that. So that's the huge news there that Todd Dodge is going to retire after the 2021 season. An opportunity to go and win his 7th state championship. He is, of course, taking over the #1 team in 6A Division 1.
And just congratulations, Coach.
Yes,
That's another side note. Congrats.
Yeah, exactly right. Congratulations. We wish you all the best. He's always been a good friend of Dave Campbell's Texas football. We've got a lot of respect for Coach Dodge. So it's an interesting situation that it'll be the Todd Dodge farewell tour, so to speak, in 2021. But he is going to retire after the 2021 season. We've got more on this at TexasFootball.com if you're going to want to go read that. So that is the news there from the coaching realm.
Thanks so much for watching that video. If you would like more and to be notified when they come out, go ahead and click that subscribe button right down there. You can also watch Texas Football Today every day live at noon on TexasFootball.com, Facebook, Twitch, and right here on YouTube. For more of the best coverage of Texas football in the Lone Star State, go to TexasFootball.com/subscribe.